Hi, so I want to record this video for you so that you can try to figure out how to do your office hours. I do this actually for real estate agents, and I wanted to kind of show you what I do. So inside of Manychat, I do use an external request. Let me go there. Okay. And the external request, you don't have to have another action that says trigger Integromat. This will go directly into Integromat and then retrieve the values. So in the external request, this Office API is actually a link without the HTTPS. It's the webhook. So where you get this information here for this webhook is you go to Manychat, and when you set up your first node there, you want to go ahead and click on that and then show address. And this part, you can copy this whole thing, copy to the address board here, and then you would just paste it up here. So I'll just show you really quick and I'll just undo it. Okay, that you would just paste it there, and then you would go to the body, start with these curly braces here, end it here, and then you pass the name of whatever you want to call it inside quotes, colon, and then the value. So what I do here is I send it the current flow to check that I want to go through. It's called open hours check, and I pass the time zone. Okay, the time zone is very important. If you're in Bulgaria, you want to go ahead and check the list of time zones that you want to use. And where you do that is you go to this, is in Wikipedia, it's called the list of TZ database time zones here. Okay, go to Wikipedia on that and then search for the name here that applies to you. I believe Bulgaria is +2 or -2. So let me go ahead and see if I can find that for you here. And if you can't find something exactly, you can just use something that is with the same exact time zone here. So let's keep going here. And this is the name that you would use to type in here. Let me show you. Here, see this? This is a field that I use because I use it for different bots, so it changes. But here is the one that I use, and inside quotes. So this is, I call it bot time zone, and it's inside the quotes. Okay, so how does this work? So the external request, once you can hit test here, and when you test it, it will go to an Integromat here, and it'll look for the current flow. And I set up a filter because I have different flows depending on what I want to do. But this is the most important one that you want to do, is this one here. Okay, so you have this here, open hours check. That's the same one here. Current flow, open hours check. I set that filter. Okay, this is the field name that is being passed from Manychat, and it's saying, is that value open hours check, correct? Okay, so then the first thing that I do then is I go ahead and I set the day of the week. The way you do that is, here's a formula, but as you can see, it's like you want to format the date, and the date is basically now. Where you get that information here is when you click here, there is a date field here, and you just click the now button there, and it puts it in there. Okay. This DDDD is the format to extract the day of the week, the name of the day of the week, and of course, what time zone you're looking at. So it's taking today's date and for what time zone. So then that way, here in California, it may be Tuesday. In another part of the world, it could be Wednesday. So you want to make sure you give it the right time zone. Okay, that grabs the day of the week. This second one is another set variable. This is going to set the time of the day. And when you set the time of the day, you just want to request the hours. You don't want to request the exact time and day. You want to just request the hours. So if you're open from 9 to 7 p.m., you want to know, what's the hour? Is the hour greater than 9 or equal to 9? And is it less than 7 p.m.? Or if it's greater, then it's obviously the office is closed. So we extract also the hour, okay? So once we extract the name, the day of the week, and the hour, I then search the Google Sheet in order to see if the office is in fact open. So what do I search for? I filter by the hours of the day of the week. So here, let me show you the table that I use. Here's the table. The table basically is it contains the page ID, so I know which page is being used for. What's the agent's user ID? Sometimes I have more than one agent using the same hours check, so it has to check what theirs is, so I know what time zone that they're in. And then it basically says here's the day of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Are they open that day of the week? Some days, let's say on Sundays, some offices may be closed. So it would check first to see if the office is even open on that day. And then if it is, then it checks the hours open and the hours closed. It compares it to the hours open, hours closed here. So if you notice here, we're using military time or 24-hour time frame. So 7 p.m. would be 12 plus 7 would be 19. So if you close at 7 p.m., it's 19. So that we can use these numbers to determine whether or not the office is open or not. Once you start adding like PM, AM, all that, it gets a little bit more complicated. So this is the easiest way to do it, is use the hour number here when you're open and closed. So what happens is when you go back to Integromat here, it's checking to see, first of all, the hours of the day of the week. The hours day of the week is equal to what day of the week it is, right? So let's say today is Tuesday. It would go to this sheet here and say, okay, Tuesday. And it's searching for that. So when it brings back, I'm going to know that it's open from 10 to 8 p.m. So what it'll do here is it say the office is open from 10 to 8. And then what it'll do is now I have another filter. And then these are the different outcomes here, okay? The different outcomes are, is the office closed all day today? Which means that they're closed like I typed it on Sunday. It would be closed here. If it was after hours, it would be going here. If it's closed before and they're going to open in a few hours, it's going to be here. If the office is currently open, it'll send back this message. And you want to set up filters for each situation. So the office open filter is this, okay? Is the office open? Yes. It has to be equal to open. Yes. Okay, great. It is open on this day. And then is the current hours less than or equal to the current time of day, the current hours of the day? And is it before the closing time here? Okay. So those are just let me show you that again. These are just the variables that were set here. This is the day of the week. This is the time of day. Okay? And it's comparing it to the hours that are open on the spreadsheet here. We did the search. Here's that name of the field, hours open, hours open. Okay? So it's comparing it to that field value and asking whether or not it's less than or equal to that. So, and then greater than equal to the closing time. Okay? So the hours on your spreadsheet should be less than the current time of day and should be greater than the time of day. And that's going to show you whether or not it's open or not. Okay? Same thing if it's closed before. It says that the hour is actually the current time. The opening time is greater than the current time. Close after hours, the current time is actually greater than the closing time. Then of course, if the office is closed all day, is this field right here, checks this field right here, is the office even open at all today? And if it's not, it sends back this message. And here's what the message looks like. All I'm sending is, I'm sending back this field, right, day of the week, time of day, and whether it's open or closed or not. Same thing here. Close, and this one's saying it's closed after. So that what happens is, once I send this back, here in Integromat, here's where you start mapping your response. So here's what I sent back, right? The day of the week. This is the name of the variable that's being sent back, and you put $ period, day of the week, the same way spelled, and then where do you want to put that value? And you want to put that into a field. I created these fields: current underscore day, current underscore hour, office underscore open, and then next underscore open hour. So what's the next time that it's open? Okay, so these are fields that I've created. This next open hour is based on this scenario when it's closed before, I believe. Yes. Nope. Open office open hour, and this is the one that gets populated into that field. Office open hour. That's when it's going to open. So if it's before, it's like, well, what time does the next question people ask is, well, if you're closed right now and it's 7 a.m., what time do you open? Oh, 9 a.m. So this is what's going to hold that value. Okay, so you map these by using the $ period and then the name of the field, and you tell it which field to go into, which customer user field to go into, and then you hit save. Okay, so then once it brings back all those values back, you check it. You say, and the variable that we're using here to see whether it's open or not, here, let me just test the request so you can see. Okay, so it's Wednesday. The time of day is 9 a.m. Or the hour of the day is 9, and it says it's closed before. And the next open hour, so we don't open until 10. Okay, so what it does is this office open and office open hour is getting mapped to this office open. So is it open? It's closed before right now, and then what's the hour? Time of day is 9, so it's current hour. So what happens is, in my flow, I created this condition that says, is the office open? Then go start the live chat. If the office is closed, or office is closed all day, or if the office is closed after hours, send this message. Okay? If it's open before, then it sends this message. Okay? And then it goes from there. So this is kind of how I set up. Hopefully I showed you enough in the Integromat and in this to be able for you to be able to kind of set up that office hours check. Again, here's a look at the spreadsheet, the way I set it up. All you really need, if you don't have agents like this in a license, you just want to use this. You just need this field, this field, this field, this field, and this field in a spreadsheet that you can call an Integromat here to check to see whether it's open. Okay? If you have any questions, go ahead and message me, and maybe we can kind of do like a Zoom call, and I can kind of see what you did and kind of tell you if you get stuck somewhere where you can go ahead and fix that. Okay? I really hope this helps, and thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.